Today I'm joined by my colleague and very good friend from Louisiana, Representative Mike Johnson. Appreciate you being here today.
Glad to be here.
I want to talk with you about an issue that's at the forefront really of everybody's mind right now, and that's the Dobbs v. Jackson case. Well, I want to talk a little bit about how the Democrats have responded to the Dobbs case and the potential for the overturning of Roe. You and I both know that we've brought some sensible legislation that any reasonable person would say, yes, I should support that. One was the Born Alive Abortion Survivors Act. Not a single Democrat has supported that bill. We have a discharge petition. If we could get 218 members to sign that, they would have to bring the bill to the floor. Can't get a single Democrat to do that. And then you look at the legislation that the Democrats are talking about bringing to the floor, it takes away fundamental rights of parents. Basically opens the door wide open to what I believe would be abortion at any time for any reason.
So the question we're getting right now is, on a federal level, Mike, what are you guys going to do if you get the big Republican majority in the red wave election this fall, and Dobbs is indeed, overturns Roe, the decision devolves to the states? We've heard you say for years that that's where the decision should be. What can or should you do at the federal level? For example, I filed the Child Interstate Abortion Prevention Act, and what that would do is ensure that if Roe is overturned, and if you have disparate state laws, which you will, that the parental consent laws in this pro-life states must be abided by. We could have a federal statute that says that that everybody has to respect those parental consent laws for minors. You can't transport a minor from a pro-life state to a pro-death state without following that state statute. So there may be some protective cover that we need to do, always having in mind that not only do we want to do every measure and take every measure we can to protect the sanctity of every single human life, to live up to that, the great wording of our Declaration of Independence, that we're all made by God and given by Him the same inalienable rights, because we're made in His image and every life is sacred, but also to support mothers. And that's a big part of this. Of course, every state has structures and institutions of its own in place. Pregnancy care centers, services for young mothers and unwed mothers and the like. We're really going to have to put a lot of attention into that.
You and I both started our careers in policy, working for faith-based organizations. And one of the things that I've been telling people, and this was months ago, and I said the church needs to be prepared. All of the pro-life organizations need to be prepared, because we're still going to have women in crisis, while at the same time realizing that because this is now going to be devolved down to the states, that the pro-life movement will continue to be involved legislatively.
Absolutely. Look, the best and most accurate measure of a nation is how it treats its most defenseless. And defending the defenseless is not only a biblical admonition, as we know, but it's something that every productive and civilized society should be involved in. We will get that opportunity again. It's important to who we are as Americans, as a nation, as a people. And so having a compassionate discussion like that and speaking with clarity and conviction and consistency is more important now than it's ever been. But it always must be done in love. And that's how we convert people, and that's how we win, I think, the battle for the sanctity of human life.